Ja. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lonstar Racing's Truck Series Southern 150, coming to you from the virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. 100 laps of action here tonight at this aged racing surface. One of the last races we're going to have here before Atlanta finishes up the repave and hopefully a rescan by iRacing so we get to experience the new banking, the new surface, reconfigured dog leg. Hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully they're scanning it in conjunction with that construction project. But here we are. We're on the old layout still. Tonight's 100 lapper, again from Atlanta. This is my second broadcast here with the LSR Truck Series. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. Again, welcome and thank you for joining us. We've got just about 4.5 minutes left in the practice session. Currently fastest is Drew Blaze. Drew Blaze, that number 30 Rockstar truck. Good looking truck. Bobby Hall Jr. in the 94 out of Athens, PA. I've been there. He's second quick on the practice sheet. Third quick is Keaton Burnett, number 26. Sears diehard paint. Fourth fastest, Daniel Worthington, the number 113 Ford F-150. Fifth fastest, Matt Cole, at number 24 Toyota Tundra. Got the Stuart Friesen livery working. Looks pretty good. Good group of trucks here tonight. 26 entries for tonight's race. Great to see a almost full field. Honestly, once you hit 20, anything after that is a bonus. So very impressive to see this league put a bunch of trucks on the track. Looking at some of the other trucks out here, looks like Cody Anderson's out of Geneseo, New York. It's only about 45 minutes from where I'm broadcasting, so I guess we'll call him a local favorite. See Dakota Shepard in the 101. Got a couple of viewers in the stream so far already here with practice just wrapping up. Feel free to message us in the stream. See Eddie and Brian Rose liking the new music. Eddie just wants to see some replays, I'm sure. Loves the carnage, does Eddie Rose. Thanks for popping in, guys. Appreciate it. Share the daylights out of it. Good crowd on hand here tonight in Atlanta. Before we get into qualifying, we do have a new sponsor that LSR Trucks has on board. Pressure Works. For your pressure washing needs, call 662-705-3606. And of course, tonight's Truck Series event presented by Lonstar Racing, LSR Gaming, and Nueve Graphics. Sorry, Nueve Designs, my mistake. See who takes to the track first. Looks like Wes Wiegand could be the first out. That number 88 Flex Chevy Silverado, Flex Motorsports. $100 laps here is a race distance tonight. 100 laps, 150 miles. Cody, fill me in. Geneseo was a mistake you had in the Dover race. I didn't type Geneseo. I don't do that. Geneseo is pulled from the iRacing data that is put in by the user. I don't do any of that. I can put a header in, but it's blank on my end. First lap in the books for Wiegand, a 31.89 around Atlanta. Puts him second, now third quick. Brandon Minnick takes the second spot, while Worthington puts it on provisional pole, a 31.59. Says Geneseo. I don't know where that's coming from. I didn't type it in. Either way, Cody Anderson in the number 17A. I guess he's not from Geneseo, but he is on track here at Atlanta. Puts the truck fifth fastest with a 31.839 on lap 1. Let's see what he can do on lap 2. Can pick up or not. Does vary from track to track. Sometimes you can get the fast lap out initially. Sometimes a second lap tends to be quicker. Get some more heat in the tires. Get it to rotate a little easier, but we shall see. Oh, doesn't going to get the fast lap here. Loses it turn 4. Truck does rotate a little more than he wanted it to. Anderson, lap 2, definitely slower at a 32.343. Chris Goins got a fresh Barbie paint scheme on that number 44 truck. Chris did give me a heads up to expect to see that this week. It's definitely an improvement on the last. Both of them are cool, but someone spent some time on this one. Looks pretty good, Chris. I forget if he lost a bet with his daughter or if she just asked him to do it. Either way, pretty cool getting the kids involved. First lap for Chris, a 31.62. Not too shabby. Let's see if Chris can pick it up on lap 2 here. He's about 4.5 tenths off pole, sitting in the 8th spot so far. Through the dog leg at the stripe. Lap 2 in the books for Chris Goins. It is quicker, a 31.518. Brings him up into the top 5, sitting P4. Good improvement. Now down to 5th as Burnett moves up to P2. Keaton Burnett, that number 26 Sears diehard truck. Lap 2 for him, 31.328. Just like that. Fastest in practice, now fastest in qualifying. Drew Blaze just completes his second lap, puts it on pole, 31.18. Jonathan Arnn out there in the number 21 Skoal Bandit colors. That paint never gets old. I honestly think that half the fun of broadcasting these races to see everybody's paint schemes, whether it's custom or throwback or a current paint that you might see out there, but I don't know. I don't know about you. It's definitely half the fun for me. Jonathan Arnn, lap 1, 32.174. Lap 2, a tick slower, 31.814. Lost about 6 or so tenths on lap 2. So some guys pick up, some guys don't. Some reasons or another. Let's going to do it for qualifying. Starting grid for tonight's Southern 150 from Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. Of course, Drew Blaze was fastest in practice. Puts it back on the pole at 31.185 seconds. Bobby Hall Jr. with Flex Motorsports outside front row in that number 94 machine. Keaton Burnett in the 26 is third. Fourth is Michael Fahey rolling off in the fourth spot. Fifth, Daniel Worthington. Sixth is Chris Goins in that Barbie number 44. Seventh is Wes Wiegand in the number 88. Eighth is Cutter Spalding in the number 18. Ninth, Brandon Minnick in that familiar Lone Star Racing number 5. 10th spot, Dakota Shepard, the 101. 11th is Britt Osborne in the 421. Jonathan Arn's going to roll off in the 6th row. Outside position number 12 and that number 21. 13th spot, Cody Anderson out of Alliance Motorsports, number 17. He'll roll off 13. Emily Urias, I hope I'm saying it right. The number 16 starts 14th. 15th is Andrew Tennyson in the 010 machine. Raymond Bailey, 16th. Starting in the 17th spot is Ryan Decker in the number 25. 18th, James Ferguson. 19th, Matt Cole in the 24. 20th, Brandon Marlowe, 399 Esports. 21st, Jacob Lassiter in the 051 Tennessee / 399 Esports. Kind of double dipping there. Tristan Sykes will roll off 22nd in that number 99. Justin Johnson, Lone Star Racing number 10. 24th, Alan Duranco in the 4 from Flex Motorsports. 25th, Justin Holt in the number 31. And 26th, Jesse Redding in the 721. 27th, Matt Porter in the 9. 28th, Michael Cole rounding out the field. Shotgun. A lot of trucks to pass tonight if he's going to make his way up to the front. Could be fun to watch. Weather here at Atlanta, 78 degrees outside. Beautiful sunny day. Track temperature 108 degrees. Very light 2-mile-an-hour wind. Not going to affect the aero on these trucks, if at all. Track temp could be an issue, though. Tire wear will definitely be an issue. We'll have to keep an eye on that. They got 2 sets of tires on pit lane tonight. 1 quick repair if, God forbid, they need it. Going to be some strategy played here tonight. Keep these trucks out of the wall. Long green flag runs. We'll see what happens. Pace car getting ready to hit pit road. We're getting ready to go under green. Drew Blaze in the gas. We are green here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bobby Hall Jr. took a peek to the outside for just a moment. Now tucks into the tailgate of that number 30. Down the backstretch for the first time this afternoon. Drew Blaze leads the pack. Bobby Hall Jr., Mike Fahey in third. Further back in the pack, it appears we do have an incident with Jonathan Arn. May have crashed. Gets away with it, no caution. About to complete lap number 2. Lap 3 goes up on the board. Drew Blaze still leads, but hot pursuit. Bobby Hall Jr. is right there, looking to the high side in turns 1 and 2. May have the speed to make the pass. Nope. Drew Blaze comes up, blocks the run, but crossover move by Hall Jr. the 94. Still can't get the run to the inside. Heavy pressure on Drew Blaze here in the early going. Lap 3 of 100. Bobby Hall Jr. just looking for a route around leader Drew Blaze. Right there, tries that move down off of turn number 2 again. Truck gets a little out of shape, but he gathers it back up. He's to the inside of Drew Blaze into 3 and 4. Makes the pass. He's cleared the 30 of Drew Blaze. Bobby Hall Jr. to the lead. It's also allowed the 19 of Michael Fahey to catch these two. Now they battle back. Drew Blaze looking on the outside into one. Carried some momentum off turn number 4 through the dog leg. We got a 3-car battle for the lead here, 5 laps in. You'd think there's 5 to go the way they're battling top 4 under a blanket with 95 laps to go. Good battle up front, at least the top 3 trucks. Even if you want to throw in the 26 of Keaton Burnett, he's involved in this battle as well. Bobby Hall Jr. still leads, but loose off turn 4, saves the truck. Wow, what a save by the 94. Drew Blaze gets a little loose in the high side as well. Give the lead to the number 19 machine. Michael Fahey out to P1. Mike Fahey out of Ilion, New York. Northside Collision Ford. Ilion used to be the home of Remington shotguns, unfortunately no more. Sure, Mr. Fahey is all too familiar with that story. Back through the top 4 here. Drew Blaze is back up to the 2nd spot. 26 Keaton Burnett rides in 3rd. And Bobby Hall Jr. after that slide is dropped back to the 4th spot. Didn't look like a lot. Yes, it was a pretty wild ride he took through turns 3 and 4, but it does a lot of damage, especially to those rear tires. You start sliding them through this abrasive surface here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're going to have to find a way to conserve that rubber, especially like we talked about. If these guys go long green flag runs, you only got 2 sets to play with. So do you really just push it, try to go 50 laps on a set of tires? You're going to be awful slow at the end of that run, but you get some fresh rubber at the midway point, maybe save a set for a late caution, hope you get it. There's a lot of strategies in play here. I'm not sure what the fuel window is, but that's going to play a factor as well. Bobby Hall's got to come up with a plan here. See Chris Goins in that top 5, number 44. White, pink, and black Barbie entry. Man, it's a good-looking truck. I don't care if it says Barbie on the side or not. It's a good-looking paint. We see Brandon Minnick in that number 5. McConey Setup Shop Ford F-150 with 3 Pals Pub on the side. He's up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag, running in the 6th position. Ooh, we have a spinner or somebody taking a pit here. Not sure who that was. Looks like it was a 21 of Jonathan Arn. Again, don't know if he crashed all by his lonesome. Didn't bring out the yellow either. Back up front, Mike Fahey continues to lead. It's put about a half-second gap back to Drew Blaze. Drew Blaze, again, fastest in practice. Put the truck on pole this afternoon, but runs in the 2nd spot as of now. Field already getting pretty spread out. 1st to 26, we're looking at about a 14-second gap. That's about half a lap already at this point, just 13 laps in of 100 here at Atlanta. Michael Fahey continues to lead, but big pressure from Drew Blaze off turn number 2 down the backstretch. He's got the speed, got the momentum into turn number 3 to his inside, clears him in the middle of 3 and 4. Drew Blaze to the lead. Can Mike Fahey mount a charge to take that lead back through the dogleg? Doesn't look like it. Credit this lap to Drew Blaze. Keaton Burnett's dropped back a spot as well. Bobby Hall Jr. back up to the 3rd place. Chris Goins a little loose off turn number 2 there. Keeps the truck straight. Looks like everybody's settled into a rhythm here at Atlanta. Trying to find out what works best for their truck. High line, low line, middle line. Again, trying to conserve tires every time around here. You don't want to be battling for position too long. It's just going to eat up the tires, eat up the life on those Goodyear Eagles. You'll see the guys that are real aggressive early on. If this goes green for quite a while, near the end of that fuel run, you'll start seeing the surprise guys that you didn't think had the speed. All of a sudden, they'll start charging to the front because they were real effective at saving the tire. Now they've got a little more grip. The guys out front don't. Nothing they can do about it. You could have a guy who's typically 4 or 5 tenths faster than the guy that's passing him just because he couldn't save tires. Top 3 starting to get a little spread out. Drew Blaze, Mike Fahey, Bobby Hall Jr. Finish it out to top 5. Chris Goins, Keaton Burnett. Inside the office of Drew Blaze and that Toyota Tundra as he gets it done here from the lead at Atlanta. Looking out the back of that machine. Getting a look at the detail on the rear deck of that truck. That's some pretty cool artwork I'm seeing there. You can't really see that from the static cameras around the track, but the onboard looking back, that looks pretty good. Pretty good distance back to second place, Mike Fahey. About a 1.4 second interval from first to second. A look at Atlanta Motor Speedway from the fan perspective. Not really a bad seat in the house as long as you get up high enough. Well, we'll go through the field. Of course, Drew Blaze, our pole sitter, continues to lead 22 laps in here, the Southern 150. A little bit of a battle for that spot, but Drew Blaze has taken it back over from Mike Fahey and is putting a gap on the 19. Back to Mike Fahey, that number 19 Ford F-150. Up 2 spots from where he started. Running in the second spot, Bobby Hall Jr. Hall started in the second position. He's running in the third position as of now. Keaton Burnett just loses a spot to Chris Goins. Chris Goins in that 44 Barbie truck. Chris is up 2 spots. Keaton has dropped back a couple. Real loose truck. He's having some handling issues on that machine. Definitely battling the rear tire grip. The drive off, not what he wants. Of course, Brandon Minnick out of Caledonia, Mississippi. Number 5, McConey Setup Shop, 3 Pals Pub, Ford F-150. That's a good-looking paint, too. I know I talk about paints a lot, but sometimes they look good. It kind of looks like a Matt Crafton paint, but his own spin on it with some different sponsors. I like it. Brandon's up 3 spots, started in the 9th position, running 6th. Biggest mover so far, though, Ryan Decker in that number 25 truck. I believe Ryan actually won the race at Dover that we called. Pretty sure that was the case. Ryan Decker, like I said, up 10 spots, running in 7th. Dan Worthington down 3 spots, ran well in practice. I believe he was top 3 in practice. Running 8th. Wes Wiegand in the number 88 truck, down a couple spots as well. Cutter Spalding in the number 18. The touch of Vegas on the side of that Chevrolet Silverado. Matt Cole, number 24. He's up 8 spots, another big mover. Started 19th, runs 11th. James Ferguson in that, I think it's a Bobby Allison throwback paint scheme. Miller High Life Chevy Silverado. Up 6 spots as well. So far, moving through the field quietly. Cody Anderson, number 17A SSR. Running right where he started, so not losing, not moving toward the front either. But again, tire conservation mode could be at play here. Brandon Marlowe, he's also up 6 spots, so he's moving towards the front out of Dexter, Missouri. It's 14th. Dakota Shepard in the 15th spot, that number 101. He's actually down 5 spots. Tristan Sykes in the 16th spot. Also moved up 6 positions in that Nueve Designs. Sponsored number 99 Ford F-150. It's a good-looking truck, too. One of the series and race sponsors. Emily Arias, she's down 3 spots. Running in the 17th position right now. Another McConey Setup Shop paint job. And it looks like she's just lost another spot to Jacob Lassiter in the 051 Toyota Tundra. A $399 eSports entry. Back to Justin Holt. Justin's running in the 19th spot. He's up 6 positions, though, so moving forward. Justin Johnson running in the 20th spot, also up a few spots. Jesse Redding, he's got 5 new positions under his belt. Started in the 26th position up to 21st. Matt Porter, 22nd. Matt Porter also up 5 positions. Now 23rd on back, not looking as good. Britt Osborne, he's lost 12 spots since the green. That number 421 Chevy Silverado. Alan Duranko. Alan's in the 24th spot, right where he started. So again, maybe tire conservation at play. Running 25th, it's Andrew Tennyson. Andrew's down 10 spots in the 25th position. And 26th, last truck on the lead lap, Raymond Bailey, that number 22. So that's the run through the field. Got 31 laps down. 69 laps to go. Drew Blaze with almost a 4-second advantage over Bobby Hall Jr. If anybody watching knows the fuel window, please chime in the chat, YouTube or Facebook, either one. I'd love to know. I don't get to race as much as I used to, so sometimes you just lose that edge. See a battle shaping up here between Mike Fahey and Chris Goins. Mike Fahey in the third spot. Chris Goins challenging for it. Trying to put that Barbie machine up in the top three. Little wiggle by Chris through turns 1 and 2. Chris Goins still taking a look to the inside of the 19 of Mike Fahey. Hard to get the run on the bottom, but he might have him off turn 2. Definitely gets the truck side by side with the 19. Into turn number 3, still low lane for Chris Goins. Doesn't have him clear just yet. Yes, he does now, just through turn 4. Move Chris Goins up to the 3rd spot. Battling back on the outside, Mike Fahey in that number 19, right on the tailgate of Chris Goins, the number 44. Little slide from the 44 into turns 1 and 2. Wiggles up a groove, but doesn't lose the spot. Looks like Jonathan Arnn has crashed again. Still no yellow. Nope, that's going back to early on. I'm just rereading my notes. Eddie Rose asking a question, who knows when the truck started racing? Do you mean like tonight or in real life? Because real life, I think, was 95. I saw one race that inaugural season at Watkins Glen. I was 12 or 13 years old, something like that. It's back when the Truck Series was the Truck Series, man. They ran a couple of road courses here and there, but mostly short tracks, which we'd like to see. Now they pretty much run everywhere that the Cup Series does, which isn't entirely bad, but man, it would be nice to see them get back. Brian Rose, I just double-checked Racing Reference. It was officially began February of 1995, was the first season of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at the time. Names like Jack Sprague, Ron Hornaday, and Mike Skinner. Brings back some memories. But Brian, you were probably just a little boy. So you see Mike Fahey has actually dropped back after that battle with Chris Goins. Mike Fahey was running in the 3rd spot, battled with the 44 for a little bit, but now he's back to 6th. Probably heated up those tires a bit. Knocked a little bit of the good off of him, so he's losing some lap time. Last time by for Mike Fahey was a 34.15. Leader's pace was a 33.75. In fact, everybody out in front of Mike ran a 33 and change, whether it's 33.5 up to 33.8. Doesn't sound like much when you're talking tenths of a second, but most of you guys watching this, you're probably familiar. Tenths matter. Tenths of seconds make huge differences. Sometimes these guys are looking for a quarter of a tenth. It's the difference between winning, maybe finishing top 10 or not. Still Drew Blaze, though, back up front. Almost 3 seconds on Bobby Hall Jr. See Bobby getting into turn number 3, running that super high lane. That's that Larson line. Kind of diamonds the corner off 4. And even Bobby's got about a 2 1/4 gap on third place, Daniel Worthington. Who's going to get some pressure here from Chris Goins in a little bit, it looks like. But Chris has got company himself in the form of Ryan Decker. Remember, Chris was up to the 3rd spot. Looks like Worthington got him around him for that. So Chris is back to 4th. Now he's got Decker right on that tailgate going into turn 3. Takes to the inside. Decker on a charge. Decker's up 13 spots if he can make this pass pole at the line. Ryan Decker, 4th spot. Also moving up through the field is Matthew Cole. He's up 10 spots into the top 10 now, running 9th. See Matt Cole in that number 24 Hallmar livery. Stuart Friesen looking truck. I like that too. Things getting a little dicey up here again. Mike Fahey dropping back quite a bit. May have used up his stuff on this run. Certainly waiting to get a caution or just an opportunity for us to actually take some tires and get back in the thick of this. He showed some good pace early on. Definitely has the ability to be up front. He did lead some laps. He's had a couple of battles on this first 43 laps. I'm assuming that that's what's causing his issues now. It's not falling out of the seat or anything. It's just a matter of got all the grip he's going to get out of those good years. Drew Blaze still out front. I think Bobby Hall Jr. is starting to chip away at that lead ever so slightly. He's got it down to just a hair under 2 seconds. I don't know if Bobby has just saved enough that he's starting to reel in the 30 of Drew Blaze, or if it's the other way around and maybe Drew just pushed a little too hard. But Drew Blaze is on the pit lane. Time for fuel and tires, it looks like. Our leader, Drew Blaze, in that number 30 Rockstar Energy Toyota Tundra, hits the pit road here, lap 45. Comes to a stop. Right side's going on. Sunoco Racing Fuel going in. First can is in. Left side's going in the air. Second can of Sunoco Racing Fuel going in. Drew Blaze is down and away. A pretty good stop, it looks like. 14.93 seconds for Drew Blaze. Good stop by what was our leader. Bobby Hall Jr. has now inherited that lead. This is kind of like, I don't know if you're familiar with watching Formula One and the undercut. Tracks like this where you lose so much pace on older tires, it's going to drag everybody else into the pit lane because Drew Blaze took on fresh tires. He's going to be that much faster. He's going to gain time, but here you see Bobby Hall Jr. now doing the same. He hits pit lane. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel for the number 94. Well, I say that. At least right sides. I don't see anybody gambling with just 2 here, but we'll see. Definitely right side in the air. Rest of the field starting to come in. Green flag stops here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Left side's up as well. Fresh rubber for the 94. Full of Sunoco Racing Fuel, and Hall Jr. is back in the thick of it, coming up to speed. Current leader now, James Ferguson, in that Miller High Life paint. James has yet to pit either. So as we were saying, that undercut, the leader takes the opportunity to get fresh rubber. First one to do it. No one else had really done it, at least not up in that lead lap. Drags everybody else with him. You see, again, James Ferguson, he's up 17 spots as the leader, but he hits pit lane as well. See Brandon Marlowe, he inherits the lead. One thing you don't want to have happen now is a caution right in the middle of these stops. You've only got about 13 trucks on the lead lap right now based on, now I say that 12. Strictly based on the fact that You've got guys that are making the green flag stops. Yellow comes out now. Everybody that hasn't pit yet takes the opportunity to get their service done under yellow while everybody else is a lap down. So hopefully we can get this full cycle completed before anything like that happens. Again, knock on wood. Don't want to give them that broadcaster's curse. See, Justin Johnson has moved up to the second spot. Justin has yet to pit either, really stretching that fuel to halfway. Good move by the 10 of Justin Johnson. That's a pretty good strategy, especially if this rolls green all the way to the end. If we don't get a yellow at all, this could really be effective for Justin. Again, it's going to be hard to see, hard to tell until he does take his tires, which he's doing right now. How much time on track did he lose? But keep in mind, if he's been saving his tires, he certainly seemed to manage to conserve fuel, get to halfway. Later on at the end of this run, it's another 50-lap run, okay? Drew Blaze was the first truck to pit, so effectively he's got the oldest tires on the track. So Justin Johnson, one of the last trucks to pit, pitting from the third spot, still in third spot as he comes to a stop in his pit stall. He's effectively going to have one of the newest sets of tires on the racetrack. So if we stay green the rest of the way, he's going to have a faster truck. As long as he can wheel it, caution doesn't come out, we go green to the end. This could be a winning strategy for the 10. Back near the front, Drew Blaze takes the lead back. Cycles back through. Ryan Decker now up to the second spot. Ryan Decker gained a ton of time on that cycle of pit stops. Pretty decent stop for Ryan Decker, a 15.03 for his pit service. He pit one lap later than Drew Blaze, but he's got a 6.2 second deficit to make up on that 30 truck. Now that 30 truck, tires are hot, relatively fresh. He's gonna lay some rubber and get her done. Try and keep that lead over Ryan Decker or extend it. Ryan Decker's certainly no slouch in these trucks. He's got a win or two already. I know he won when we broadcasted the Dover race for you guys. Decker already cut 2.5 tenths into Drew's lead. Again, Drew maybe trying to save to the end, knowing that he was the first to get tires. Who says fuel mileage races are boring? They're definitely not. It's way more than fuel, especially when you throw in the conserving tires element. It's really a skill set that has to be learned if you're going to win races on tracks like, well, Phoenix Raceway, Atlanta, Darlington. Those places chew up tires. If you can manage to save it, stay on the lead lap, know when to push, know when to let guys go. 25 laps to go here in the Southern 150. Drew Blaze continues to dominate. 5 of Brandon Minnick possibly pulling some strategy here late. Hit the pit lane with about 26 laps to go. Got tires and fuel. He's definitely good the rest of the way. Wanted to make sure he didn't leave that set of tires in the pit lane. But Drew Blaze just extending that gap back to second spot. Almost 11 seconds to Matt Cole. At number 24, Ryan Decker not too far behind Matt. Back to James Ferguson in that 15 Miller High Life truck, and Michael Fahey in the 19. I think Drew Blaze has just kind of decided it's time to go. Got Bobby Hall Jr., though. He's in the pits as well. I don't know if he's just saying the heck with it. Let's get some of this damage fixed or throw some new tires on it. We'll see what he does. He's given up a top 10 running position at the time. Bobby Hall Jr., rights and lefts on the truck. He's down and away. He's good to the end. Guys, I don't know what's happening with the stream, but all of a sudden all my chats just loaded all at once. So if you think I was ignoring you, I definitely wasn't. But I thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully have a good race here at the end. Good clean race so far. Again, Drew Blaze has dominated here this afternoon. Given up the lead a couple of times, but not for long. Been green since the drop of this initial green flag 60 laps ago. Brian Rose making the comment, imagine having a name like Blaze and not being up front. Well, he does have a name like Blaze, and he is certainly up front and kind of staying there, it appears. He's got 11 seconds on Matt Cole. 13.5 seconds to Ryan Decker. These guys are quick behind him, but I don't know if they got the time. I don't know if they got the tire. Did they conserve too long? It's hard to say. We're going to find out here in the end, but 19 laps to go for Drew Blaze, and he can call this one his, but he's still got to get it there. I know at the end of that first 50-lap segment, he did start to come back to the guys behind him. As we see Mike Fahey, he's in the pits. These guys are going to take the opportunity here. I know the first pit stops were about lap 45. Almost seems like these guys are coming in early. If the rest of the field comes down, it's going to kind of put Drew Blaze out on an island by himself. I still don't know if these guys are going to have enough time to catch him, but fresh tires versus worn tires, there's almost a 3-second difference there. Drew Blaze's best lap was a 31.45, and Drew Blaze is hitting the pit lane, so here you have it. The so-called undercut that we talked about going the other way. Starting to drag the leaders into the pits. The pace that Drew Blaze has had, I can't imagine he's going to take anything but 4 tires. Comes to a stop. Right sides go in the air. Right sides only for Drew Blaze. Here we go. Didn't think that was coming, but here he does. He takes it. 2 tires for the 30. 17 laps to go. Drew Blaze back in the 10th spot. Just getting passed by Dakota Shepard. New leader Matt Cole in that number 24 Palmar-sponsored Toyota Tundra. Second place, Ryan Decker. Third, James Ferguson. Fourth, Tristan Sykes. And fifth is Chris Goins. So as we said, fastest lap of the day was in that low 31-second range. Matt Cole's last lap, a 34:12. So we're talking, like I said, almost a 3-second difference between brand new tires and old worn tires. We got 15 laps to go. That's a 45-second difference if you can maintain it from the time you got the tires to the end of the race. So certainly enough time to make up that ground. But 2 tires for Drew Blaze, man, I don't know. I can't. It's a bold move. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Drew Blaze still running top 10. He's in the 9th spot. Last lap, 32:03 for Drew Blaze. So pretty quick with new right sides and old lefts. I don't know. If it was me, I feel like I still would have taken 4. Everybody else was taking 4. He already had the lead, but only saved about 5 seconds, maybe 6, by taking rights and not lefts. Ryan Decker now. Move Ryan Decker to the lead here late. 13 laps to go. HBR TV seems to be a good luck charm, at least so far, for Ryan Decker. He won the last time we broadcast for LSR Trucks. He's out in the lead here late. 12.5 laps to go as they work through turns 3 and 4. Some damage still to that number 25. Decker has not pit on this cycle. He may be good to go. Could make it to the end, but again, he does not have the pace that these guys with newer tires have. It sounds like Decker's shutting the truck off corner entry. Let's ride along with him and see what he's doing there. Saving fuel, it sounds like. Let's listen. Not shutting off the truck, but he's got the clutch pushed all the way in on quarter entry, so Ryan Decker may be close on fuel. Have to see if he can pull this off with fuel strategy. Again, damage to the rear of that truck as well, so it's not going to have the straightaway speed as you'd expect. Going to burn more fuel because it takes more power to keep it going. We've got 11 laps to go. Matt Cole 1.98 seconds behind. Not sure of the fuel situation on the number 24. Seemed that Ryan Decker was able to pass him with relative ease, considering that Decker is clutching the truck in their corners. I don't know. Well, we talk about this. Drew Blaze is already up to the 5th spot. We got 10 laps to go. I don't know if he's got enough time to make it back up, but top 5 so far. Good points day, if nothing else. I'm sure it'd be disappointing if he can't bring that 30 truck home to a win. Oh, almost gets into the 37 of Brandon Marlowe. Could have been a big incident here in the dog leg. Gets away with it. Marlowe on the high side taking a look. Again, remember, Drew Blaze, right side tires only on that green flag stop. Still has some pretty good pace. Last lap, 33:21. Only about 0.6 quicker than our leader, Ryan Decker. Again, Ryan Decker on old tires. Matt Cole now pitting. Ryan Decker on old tires and saving fuel. See, Matt Cole does take the opportunity to pit with 9 laps to go. Probably a fuel issue here. Fuel only maybe for the 24. That 25 truck of Ryan Decker, he is coasting through the corners. Tristan Sykes now 7.5 seconds. He's the 2nd place truck. Tristan, that number 99, Nueve Designs, F-150, 26 truck, flying down off the safer barrier. Not sure if he made contact there, but again, we stay green. 8 laps to go. Sounds like Tristan Sykes is certainly out of the gas as well. He ran his pit stop lap 48. He's going to have to go 52 laps to the finish. We've run no yellows. It's been green since the start. Tristan Sykes is gaining ground on Ryan Decker, but again, Ryan Decker coasting all the way through the corners here at Atlanta. Tires so important here at this racetrack, but it's come down to fuel strategy for the 25. Drew Blaze gets around Tristan Sykes, move Drew Blaze with those two right side tires back to second. Gap now 5.5 seconds and closing. Drew Blaze is coming in a hurry. Ryan Decker's last lap, 34.5. Drew Blaze, 32.5, 2 seconds quicker. He's going to catch him here late. Maybe with 3, as late as 2 to go. I see Drew Blaze being right there. Ryan Decker down the backstretch. Drew Blaze just getting into turn 3. Ryan Decker off turn number 4 into the dog leg, sees the 5 lap to go signal. Hear him clutching that truck again. He's going to be tight on fuel. May have to do that until Drew Blaze is right on that tailgate. You know Drew's got enough fuel to make it to the end. I'm sure he topped off the tank, had time. 9 seconds of fuel while he changed right side tires. Ryan Decker has not pit since lap 45. He'll have to go 55 laps on a tank of fuel if he wants to bring this one home into victory lane. Gap down to 2.5 seconds, 4 laps to go. 2 seconds a lap quicker than our leader. He's going to see him on his back bumper on that tailgate in less than a lap. At this rate, Drew Blaze working his way off turn number 2 down the backstretch, has to negotiate his way around. Lap truck to his inside, the 31, Justin Holt. Two laps to go. Ryan Decker still your leader. Sorry, 3 laps to go. Ryan Decker still your leader. He's got just over 1.5 seconds on Drew Blaze. Drew Blaze is going to be there in just a moment. 31 of Holt. Must be on new tires. He is a lap truck. Ryan Decker, 2 laps to go. He's got to make it around 2 more times. He's back in the gas. 33.73 for Ryan Decker. Still slower by 0.7 off of Drew Blaze. Drew Blaze ran a 33 flat last time by. Lap and a half to go. He's really going to have to defend. Is he out of gas? Ryan Decker's out of fuel. Drew Blaze takes the lead on the backstretch. Looks like Ryan Decker is out of fuel. Very slow through turns 3 and 4, just coasting it around. Not enough tire in the tank to make it to the finish. White flag is in the air. Drew Blaze, one more time around. Strategy right side tires only has pulled off. 7-second gap back to second place. All he's got to do is just finish out the lap. The Southern 150 LSR Truck Series at Atlanta is his. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Down off to banking, looking at the dog leg, sees the checkered flag in the air. Drew Blaze is your winner of the Southern 150. Bold strategy move here late in the race at Atlanta. 2-tire stop. Man, you got to wonder, did he practice this about 1,200 times? Brian Rose, he wants some merchandise. Go get me a t-shirt. Went green flag, wire to wire. No yellows, no wrecks. Plenty of bent sheet metal, but nothing of any major significance. Tell you guys, don't worry about some of these long green flag runs. Don't think they're boring, because if you stick around, you get finishes like this. Bold strategy move by Drew Blaze. Makes it pay off here at Atlanta. don't see quite where Decker ended up. Looks like P11 for Ryan Decker, only on one stop. Just missed that top 10. There's your top three: Drew Blaze, Brandon Marlowe, and Brandon Minnick. Impressive race, impressive finish, impressive strategy. A+ all the way around. All right, let's see if we can jump in and get some interviews with our top three. See if I can find Drew Blaze in here. Yes, we have him. Drew Blaze, this is Steve in the HBR TV booth. Do you got a copy? Drew Blaze, man. I don't even know what to say. My mouth is agape watching that finish. You took 2 tires late at Atlanta, and you made it pull off. You made it pay. We thought Decker had this, but he ran out of gas late. I still think you had the ability to get by him. You definitely had the tires because he pit on lap 45 and said, you know what, I'm not going to pit. I'm going to try and stretch it. It didn't work out. But was this a pre-planned thing? Were you just going to say the heck with it, take 2 late, or was that like audible?
It was kind of an audible. I was not going to take tires at all and just kind of keep as much time as I could. But then I was like, we've run quite a few laps, and if I get some right side tires, and I can just get a little faster, and I made up probably 10 seconds there just running them down just with those tires. So it's definitely a good audible, I think, and it wasn't planned at all. I was just originally gonna just take fuel and go.
Well, it was a great finish for sure. Incredible to watch. We're seeing these guys take the pit stops late with about 20, 30 laps to go. Everybody was going 4 tires and fuel. You came down pit lane. We were riding on board. You got into your pit box clean. Right side went in the air, and then down it went, and you took off. And I'm like, I hope that was intentional because I didn't think you had a prayer. I don't mean to doubt you, but I didn't think you could pull it off. And old tires versus new, there was about a 3-second difference between the lap times. You were right there, just on right sides, maybe 2.5 seconds, not quite 3, but yeah, you were reeling those guys in a hurry. I think you rejoined the track about 10th spot. You passed everybody to get back up to second. Would have liked to see Decker keep some fuel in it to see if you could have made it a battle to the finish, but man, certainly exciting. I'm just dumbfounded, man. I don't really know what else to say. Congratulations. It was a great race. Impressive for sure. Would have been more impressive if you could have lied and said you planned it that way, but whatever. Before we get on to the second and third place finishers, before we let you slide, any sponsors you need to thank that helps you get things done here?
I just really need to thank Rockstar Energy, the Den Zones, and my team over at LSR who, hosting this truck series here. So, just thank you for broadcasting. I've watched your broadcasts, and it's just incredible what you do. So, great job all around.
Well, we certainly appreciate that, Drew. I'm relatively new at this, and we're still learning, but I certainly enjoy it. I really enjoy watching these truck races that you guys put on. It's unfortunate I'm not going to be able to broadcast as many as we initially thought that we were going to, but we'll probably catch up down the road. One of the comments in the chat, I don't know if you've already heard it, but one of the guys in here said, I got to go back through and find it. It's something along the lines of, first of all, he wants some merch because he's like, point me to the trailer. I want a T-shirt. But he said something along the lines of, somebody with the last name Blaze better be out front.
Yeah, I try to hold true to my name and just be blazing fast. So
can't be a back marker with that one.
No, definitely not. So I think I hold up to the standard though.
Well, either way, Drew, congratulations. Great race, great strategy, awesome finish. We'll catch you at the next one.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Have a good one, guys.
Take care. So as Drew Blaze, our winner here in the Southern 150, we'll go to our second place finisher. Uh-oh, where'd they go? I don't have a holding room. Brandon Marlowe we're looking for. Paging Dr. Marlowe. All right, looks like we lost Brandon, so we'll go to Brandon Minnick. Brandon Minnick's got to be around. There he is. Hopefully he's ready for us. Brandon Minnick, it's Steve Singer in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do. How you doing?
I'm good, Brandon. Good run tonight. You quietly worked your way through there, had some strategy play out in front of you. What was your strategy late in the race here? Did you decide on a 2-tire stop, 4-tire stop, or no tire stop?
Well, about I don't know, lap 60 or so, I was starting to drop back. I tried to do too much, burnt my tires up. So I ended up coming in on lap like 77 or 78, just seeing how much ground I can make up, and ended up pitting, taking 4 tires and coming back out, and the tire fall off was so much that I ran right up through the field. I probably had a 5th, 6th place truck, but a couple guys started running out of gas and tried to make it on one stop, and the fresh tires just came through for me.
Yeah, it was certainly entertaining to watch. You had a pretty good run. You were up in that top 5, top 10. I think 6 is where I saw you most of the time, but worked your way through the field, worked the pit strategy to your advantage. I think fresh tires were, 3 seconds a lap quicker than the late run tires. So you could definitely make up some serious ground. That was very evident on your part. Even Drew Blaze, he pit right sides only. I don't know how he made it through there. I know Decker running out of fuel certainly helped the situation, but I think he would have caught him anyway because I don't think Decker had tires. He had 2 tires or 4 tires still in the pits. So as far as you were concerned, you used up both sets? You didn't have anything left, right?
Correct. Yeah, lap I think it was 77s when I pitted for the last time, and I went a lap down, and to Drew, and he pitted about 5 laps after me. I was kind of hoping he'd stay out, but congrats to him for the win. But yeah, we were coming up through the field. I think another probably 5 or 6 laps I could have got second, but Drew was way too far ahead.
Now looking at it, it looks like Marlowe pit on lap 51. So yeah, really just a matter of some laps. You probably would have had that second spot for sure. Either way, a good day for you. Points are good. 3rd place isn't too shabby for sure. What are your thoughts going into your next race?
Just got to keep clicking off top 5s really. With my work schedule, I'm gonna miss 4 weeks, so my drops are all 0. So bad finishes ain't coming off. So I gotta finish up front.
Definitely difficult when you're trying to balance the work life with the race life. Before we let you slide here, I'm sure you've got some sponsors that you want to thank. I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone at LSR and Justin. We're getting better for sure at these asphalt races. I've been doing a lot more officials and getting up towards the front instead of mid-pack. Nueve Designs for all my paints. They look awesome out there. And Pressure Works Pressure Washing is a new company I just started about a month ago, and gonna throw them on the car here soon.
Got that Pressure Works logo right up on the screen right now. If you're looking for any kind of services for that, 662-705-3606. Give them a call. Before we let you go, Brandon, first off, I want to say at HBR TV, thank you for reaching out. Glad we were able to get a couple of these races done. I know our schedules just didn't line up for making it work this time for the rest of the seasons, but if we can do anything for you in the future, keep us in mind, and we'll certainly try to work you into the schedule.
All right, I appreciate it. The broadcasters have been amazing, and we'll definitely do something together soon.
All right, that's Brandon Minnick, 3rd place finisher here in the Southern 150. Thanks, Brandon, and we'll see you at the next one.
All right, thanks.
Well, that's going to about wrap it up here from Hampton, Georgia at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Southern 150 LSR Truck Series is in the books. Let's go through our race results here. Of course, Drew Blaze, dominant performance by that 30 truck and some late race strategy on top of it. This race had everything, except for cautions, of course. Green flag to checkered flag. We went wire to wire without any major incidents of any kind. Drew Blaze made it work. Had a plan, didn't have a plan. Either way, 2 tires got him the win here this afternoon. Ryan Decker running out of fuel again. Hurt his day, finishes the 11th spot. Probably had at least a top 2, maybe even a top 3. If he didn't run out of fuel, he was certainly trying like heck to keep fuel in that truck. Just didn't quite have enough. Brandon Marlowe in the 37, he brings it home in the 2nd spot. Of course, Brandon Minnick we just spoke to. He finishes in 3rd. Michael Fahey in the 19 truck had a pretty good run going. He actually led some laps, one of the few guys out there to do it today. Didn't have that long run speed, but still brought the truck home in the 4th position, so good job for Mike Fahey. 5th place was James Ferguson in the number 15 Miller High Life truck. Gotta love that truck. 6th was Justin Johnson in the number 10. Again, we talked about the strategy that he was working as well. He was one of the last guys to pit on that first round of stops. I think he pit at lap 50, so he knew he had the fuel. It was just a matter of the tires. He had the newest tires on track, with the exception of the guys that had a totally different strategy and pit with like 20, 25 laps to go. But the long run guys, he had the freshest set, brings the truck home in the 6th spot. Did quite well. Just looking back through it. Justin Johnson. Yeah, Justin Johnson finished 17 spots above where he started. And now that I actually look at that, Brandon Marlowe, 18 spots higher than qualified. So great run for both of those guys. 7th was Daniel Worthington, the 113. He looks strong as well. Bobby Hall Jr., it's a top 10 finish, but I got to think it's a disappointing top 10 for Bobby Hall Jr. in that number 94. Yes, it's a lead lap finish for that Flex Motorsports entry, but he was up front as well. I think he may have sniffed the lead once or twice, was right up there in that 2nd, 3rd spot, was in contention for quite a while, but again, same situation. Didn't quite have that late long run speed. Brings it home in the 8th spot. Take it. 9th place, Cutter Spalding, the number 18. 10th was Tristan Sykes. 11th, again, an unfortunate Ryan Decker. Just didn't quite have enough Sunoco Racing fuel to make it to the end. Chris Goins brings the Barbie machine, and that number 44, home 12th. Keaton Burnett, 13th. Wes Wiegand was 14th. Britt Osborne was 15th. Cody Anderson, not from Geneseo, apparently, finishes in the 16th spot. Cody, I'll hit you up later, and we can try and figure that out. If not for my broadcast or really anybody else who's using the SDK system, we'll figure it out. Justin Holt was 17th. 18th, Dakota Shepard. 19th was Jacob Lassiter. 20th was Jesse Redding. 21st, Andrew Tennyson. 22nd, Alan Duranco. 23rd, Matt Porter. 24th, Raymond Bailey. 25th, Emily Urias. Again, I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. Matt Cole was 26th. 27th, Jonathan Arnn. A tough afternoon for Jonathan. I saw a couple incidents. He had contact with the safer barrier. And then Michael Cole finishes 28th. That's going to about wrap it up here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Southern 150 is over. Winner, Drew Blaze. Congratulations to him. This is Steve Singer with HBR TV signing off for hopefully not the last time, but going to be for a while. Maybe we'll catch you in a season or two, but follow us out there, facebook.com, Holler Boys Racing TV. We do a bunch of these. Right now we're hitting 5 a week, plus the full-time job. So maybe not see us with LSR, but you'll catch us somewhere else. Either way, thank you for Lone Star Racing having us. We'll be back anytime you need us, as long as we've got time on the calendar. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Drive safe.